everyone, and welcome to another Danganronpa 2 stream. That's what it is. That's what we're doing. Man. So, if you notice anything different, it might be that I have switched earphones because the ones I usually use have a little bit of, ooh boy, wear and tear, and I need to repair it or get new ones. I just saw it because I put them aside and now making the wires stick out even more from within the earphones. Oh boy, that looks gruesome. I wish that wouldn't happen. But yeah, I'm not used to these ones, and they're not nearly as comfortable. And the music sounds a lot weirder, and I can't hear my voice as well. So yeah, anyway. Last time we were doing some investigation. I know that the title screen is always the loudest part, so I just want to leave it as soon as possible. Yeah. I mean, it's also quite loud in general. What am I... I mean, my audio is the same as it usually is, so... if there's a problem, I don't know where it would be. But just to recap, I think we finished last stream by watching the film that Monokuma wanted us to watch, but we paid, or agreed to pay a lot of money not to watch. Oh boy, and then there's power outage alerts coming through on my phone. Fortunately, that won't affect today's stream at all. I don't think it'll affect any of this week's streams, which is good. It's good. You know, I wouldn't really want them to. Yeah, but I have to keep an eye on that. Anyway. We also have the Ultra Despair Girls poster over here. What does this say again? It just says OSP. A DS? Oh, I don't know what these letters are. It's a video game poster. Looks interesting. I'm definitely gonna buy that. Ha ha ha. They're talking about their own game. So we saw the film. What was weird, I was thinking about this, right? It had like this whole Wizard of Oz thing where the scarecrow who doesn't have any brains got hanged. Then there was the lion who had no heart, no courage, who got struck with a lot of arrows. And then there was the Tin Man without a heart who got sliced up. Now Hajime specifically said, "Hello, Barbas. You came. I always knew, but you've come." I have come. I don't know if that video is popular enough for people to get that reference. It's like a video of Jesus and he's like, "I have come." Then one of the followers is like, "You came. I always knew you would, but you've come." Anyway, so Hajime specifically said that the way that the lion who didn't have courage was killed resembled Hyoko's death, with being hung. So the lion was sort of suspended and shot with arrows, and they said that because Hyoko was suspended and sliced, it was the same thing, but Hyoko wasn't the one who didn't have courage. Akane was, for one thing, and the other thing was that she got sliced in the neck, so her death is starting to resemble more the Tin Man's one, who got sliced up. So I'm not sure how that's going to play into things. Otherwise, it was just really poorly said. It was just a really poor adaptation of that death. What else besides that? Checking in on our pet. We have to go some places. I don't remember where. I think we have to go to the hospital, so we'll stop by there next. Then we definitely also have to go to the motel. The motel is actually closer, so we'll go to the motel first. How about that? How are you doing today, Barbas? Since I can see you in chat. No, I never look at my viewer list. But I suppose I always can, if I want to. I'm not gonna call anyone out, but I never really look at the views in chat in case people want to just lurk and not be noticed. Okay. I just remembered I never went inside any of the rooms in the motel. Yeah, the game wouldn't let me. Who do you think did it? It's weird, because it looks like we might have done from just the alibis, but I know that we didn't. But you know, I feel like they're gonna make that an important point in the trial, and we're gonna have to present the theater ticket to say that we'd never seen the film until today. But who do I think did it? It's a good question. So I think everyone saw the film, besides us. Also, I'm happy to hear you're doing great. So everyone saw the film besides us. So it's tough, because in this game, they tend to pull out the motive, like the actual reason that a specific person would be killing. They kind of pull that out in the trial, so it's not a real way for me to figure that out at the moment. In the previous game, it felt like you could kind of predict it based on the characters' personalities a little bit more closely. In this game, they're like, no, you have to figure it out during the trial. We're not going to give you enough info. At least that's how it feels at the moment. But hey, maybe it was Nekomaru. Who knows? Yeah, the game didn't let me go into any of the rooms last time. Plus, I don't even know where Hyoko's room is. It might be faster to just ask someone. Gundam, what's up?
So you have appeared.
You're here, right? Come on out. Huh? Are you talking to me? I can see you. Did you really think you could hide your presence like that? I wasn't trying to hide in the first place. Hey, which room was Hyoko staying in?
Listen well.
Open the door to the center room. However, are you prepared? Make sure you pray to whatever god you hold dear. And you might want to bring an extra pair of underwear. You might want to bring a pair of underwear. I wonder, how does this guy talk to his parents and teachers? Gundam, we know that you don't wear underwear.
Damn right.
How many people... So I think that the main people that I've tried to pursue friendships with in the... So if we look at the report card, it was... So thankfully Chiaki we can still pursue. But Ibiki we had 2 extra hope fragments for. Oh, she's dead and that's sad. Mahiru we had an extra hope fragment for and she died. Oh man, I'm really bad at predicting these things. I really hope Chiaki doesn't die. Hey Hajime, can you explain it to me again? What happened when you first discovered Ibiki's body? Oh boy. It's the same as when I found it with you guys. Ibiki's body was hanging from the baton lighting. However, there was no body discovery announcement made. That's why I went to get you guys. I met up with Chiaki at this motel, and when we were about to get back to the music venue,
Get it?
he met up with me, Kanami. When we went back to the music venue, the entrance door wouldn't open for some reason.
See.
So we had no choice but to break down the door and discovered Hyoko's body was suddenly there too. Yeah, okay, but also there was the drumstick shoved in, and I couldn't have done, well, Hajime couldn't have done that. Because it doesn't make sense how he possibly could. So most likely when we first went there, the killer was in the storage room with Hyoko, his corpse. And then when we left, they put it up, and then some order of events led to them closing the doors with the drumstick. But I'm not exactly sure yet, but I want to remember that in case Hajime gets accused, because I think he does. What about the forbidden gum? Oh yeah, that is a thing. I have no idea. I have no idea what that is. So there was the drugstore, which I haven't looked at very closely at all, have I? Apparently there's a... Oh no wait, so there's the drugstore on the second island, and there's also the hospital which has a lot of drug stuff, doesn't it? Okay, so I'm not sure what that is, or what it does. Right, but I just want to remember these things in case we have to point out that Hajime is innocent. Yeah, that's what happened.
Hey.
This is the most important part. When you arrived at the motel, who else saw you besides Chiaki? As I recall, it was Gundam, Monami. Didn't you hear me? A body was found. Body? Cat! Could it be? Do you intend to spread lies like Nagito in order to confuse us all? Yeah, I think they mentioned that it does have that, and that might have some stuff. Besides Chiaki, I also saw Gundam and Monami.
I see.
So Kazuichi and Sonia didn't appear, huh? Do you think those two are suspicious?
Like...
Well, Hyoko was killed between the time you saw Ibuki's body and when we broke down the door, right? Unlikely. I don't think so. I think Hyoko was killed before, and then now they're just being stupid on purpose. Because, I mean, it was 10 minutes, basically. No way. No way. Speedrun. So obviously those two are the most suspicious since they weren't with us. That might be it, but while we're at it, let me tell you my alibi too. In the morning, Monokuma announcement woke me up. I went straight to the hospital. So Mika panicking in front of the hospital. I asked her what's going on. She said Ibuki disappeared. So you guys split up and looked for Ibuki, huh?
Well,
Ibuki.
yeah.
It doesn't really matter. While we were circling the island, we came to the motel and saw you guys there. Did you see anyone else while you circled the island? No, we went to the movie theater in that street full of machines to look for Ibuki, but we didn't see anyone. Are you implying I don't have an alibi because I didn't run into anyone? It's unreasonable for you to doubt me. The time that Mika and I were on our own looking for Ibuki wasn't very long. In that short time, there's no way I could have killed Hyoko and wrapped her around the pillar with duct tape. It's true, I feel like there wasn't enough time to do that after I left the music venue. The fact is, Hyoko was killed, and we did discover her body.
Huh?
You can kill someone under 1 minute, but rearranging the body, especially fully taped on that pillar, yeah, no, it seems very unlikely. Also, I mean, Hyoko would have to be in, like, come to the room at some point. The killer would have to appear. Slit throat. There might have been a tussle. There are a few other details there, but that's what makes me think that, you know, especially the rearranging the body. Hyoko was killed beforehand. And is there a guarantee that the video feed was live? I think there is, because Kazuichi would have mentioned if it had the ability to play videos. I don't know. What? Do you still doubt me?
Jeez.
Well, I'm used to it. It's true I've done things that I deserve to be doubted for. So don't worry, even if you doubt me, I don't plan on dismembering you and encasing you in concrete. I'd want to know in advance what I'd have to do to end up like that. I think that's something that a lot of like mafia and just gangsters did back in like the 30s. So you'd usually have to be like a snitch or a cop or something. I don't know. Anyway, we have mini Fuyuhiko on Fuyuhiko. Fuyuhiko's account has been added. That's cool. I want to check, I guess, just Hyoko's room. I guess we just get to see Hyoko's room. Clatter, clatter, clatter. It looks like it's locked, but the key was inside her kimono. Maybe if I use this. It opened, just as I thought. This key was Hyoko's room key. Alright, I should go inside. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think it's out of the question that was not live. So Hyoko is staying here. She only stayed here a few nights, so it doesn't really feel like her room, but how do you know what her room feels like? I feel a little conflicted. Oh, Sonia's in here.
Oh my!
Huh? Did the door open? Yeah, Hyoko put the key in her kimono, so I used that to open it. I see. Were you in here before? What? Did something happen? No, it's just... I'm starting to believe it might be my fault. Her fault? What does she mean? I'll ask her after I've had a look around. I'll look in the bin. That's usually a good place to look, though. I'm not going to sniff her bed. Not Makoto. What is that? It's a hidden Monokuma. We got them all! Yay! Wow, we have a lot of Monokuma coins. Also, just wanted to check. Yeah. Good reason to check, after all. The bed. The bed isn't messed up. It doesn't look like she was abducted in her sleep. That's actually a decent observation, I suppose. What's this? Sink. What's up with the sink? What is that thing on the sink? Is that a mirror? It's a mirror, but it's so small and rusty. There's no way anyone can use this. Yeah, all 5. First time, probably also the last time, who knows? Sonia, oh wait, never mind. The moment Hyoko came to this motel, she completely shut herself in this room. She was afraid of the despair disease, so she was cautious of you guys too, right? Wow, that doesn't sound familiar. Oh. However, her fear of the disease was not the only reason she locked herself in her room. She had another reason. Besides that disease, what other reason would make her lock herself in her room?
Perhaps.
Her kimono. Her kimono? Yesterday I went to go talk to her. Since she had been in her room for some time, I told her it might be a good idea for her to go outside for a bit. She kept the door to her room locked, but by coincidence it was not locked at that time. And then I saw it. Hyoko was crying and struggling with her kimono sash. This is a weird frame. Why are Hyoka's legs so long?
She did not want to smell bad, so she took a shower, but then she could not tie her sash anymore. Mahiru is no longer with us, so I believe she was having trouble with it.
She's crying, but she looks so tall for some reason. And she was not that tall. And this sad music playing over it also doesn't make that much sense. She didn't leave her room because she couldn't tie her kimono, huh?
You are right.
Others might have thought it was just a silly sash, but it must have been a serious issue for her. Yoko told me that she learned how to tie her sash from Mahiru. Mahiru kindly taught her the basics.
That's why she wanted to be able to tie her sash on her own.
Perhaps.
She probably could not forgive herself for not being able to do it, especially since Mahiru told her.
I
could not really understand her feelings, which is why I said what I did.
What did you say? You stupid!
Yoko, by chance, are you having trouble wearing your kimono?
Stupid! What are you saying? Of course I can do it!
Also her, I just noticed as well that her ponytails, pigtails, whatever you call them, they're not as long as they're supposed to be. It's a little bit inconsistent.
Because Mahiru taught me. That's why I can do it on my own.
Oh wow, this sad line was emphasized by the sad part of the song.
If that is the case, how about you do it someplace where there is a mirror?
Mirror? Mirror? You forgot some letters there.
Do you remember the full-length mirror in the storage room at the music venue?
Oh, okay. That's actually a good theory. Because she allegedly took a shower.
If you do it while standing in front of a large mirror, I am
Mirror?
confident you will be successful.
Mirror? Mirror.
Also, shutting yourself in your room like this may be bad for your health.
Oh boy. Nobody tell her. Nobody tell her.
And that was when she kicked me out.
Mirror?
Cannot be.
Could be Hyoko, remember that?
Are you saying she went to the music venue to wear a kimono? I can see that happening. Hyoko locked her room and made sure she put the room key inside her kimono. And imagine that she was abducted by someone. So, that's weird. Hey, did you tell anyone about that before the incident? Or was someone listening in on your conversation?
I never told this to anyone, and I do not believe anyone was listening in on our conversation.
Nobody knew? If that's the case, how did the killer know Hyoko was going to the music venue? Something's wrong. I think someone might be dead. Something is wrong. This is a whole murder case. Sonia's account has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. I don't see anything else that looks suspicious. There's no sign that someone made a mess of her room, and I don't think she was forcibly abducted. I feel like I couldn't really find any important clue. Oh well. Clue zzz. Zzz, like a bee. Goodbye. Yes. Now we go to the hospital. He's dancing, guys. This reminds me of a thing you can do in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, where you mash the B button and it makes it look like the player character is limping. But this is more like he's just, I don't even know. He's doing that dance from the Once in a Lifetime video. I wonder if my pet. No, okay. Guess not. So I don't really have any ideas about who might have done this yet, really. Maybe it was Kazuichi for some random reason. I wouldn't mind it. Chiaki, what's up?
Well?
I feel like I haven't been here in a while. Even though it's only really been a few days.
Okay, Kazuichi. Hey, you prepared that surveillance camera unit, right?
Hey,
Yeah, so? I didn't make any weird modifications or anything. It's not like I'm suspicious or anything.
Didn't you get this from that shady looking alley where all those machines were lined up?
right.
Yeah, I just tweaked it a little.
And if there are other surveillance camera units, would it be possible to transmit a signal to the hospital from those cameras too?
Man.
Nah, that's impossible. Originally, surveillance cameras and surveillance monitors are only used as part of the same unit. The video that was filmed with the hospital camera can only be viewed on the hospital monitor. Video that was filmed with the music venue camera can only be seen on the music venue monitor.
Hey.
But if I left it like that, we wouldn't have been able to communicate, so I decided to swap the cameras.
Yeah. Gundam's just too cool. So that's how you guys were able to view the hospital footage from the music venue and vice versa. Well, yeah, we explained this. Oh well.
However, each surveillance camera unit manages its broadcast based on a specific number. So even if you bring the same model camera or monitor, you won't be able to interfere with the signal.
Same model, camera, or monitor, okay. Meaning, even if another surveillance camera exists, it'd be impossible to broadcast with it. Broadcast? It's American! Well, it pretends to be. They're all Japanese, except for Sonia.
However, I didn't just swap the cameras. I modified them and increased the wireless range. If I hadn't done that, we wouldn't have been able to use it.
You're right, you did work on that. I don't know what the point of that was. Should investigate the lobby first. Why? Let's look at the surveillance cameras then. There's a surveillance camera unit on top of the reception desk. As long as the music venue surveillance camera unit is destroyed, it's possible to broadcast with it.
Hajime.
Hey Hajime, there's something I want to ask you. You first discovered Ibiki's body at the music venue, right? Why did you go to the music venue? You had a reason for that, right? Did you see something with this camera?
That's right.
Oh, I also want to ask that. It'd be different if the surveillance camera unit could record, but it's only good for household functions.
Hey,
Oh, okay, well there you go. Can't record.
Tell me, Hajime.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I saw a strange video in that surveillance camera unit. What trigger warning once again. It showed the music venue stage. There was a black curtain hanging like there is now. The whole display was pretty dark because they were just using candlelight. There was rope hanging from the ceiling, and beneath that there was a stepladder on the floor. Oh yeah, and we are reminded that the room temperature had been raised a lot to prevent accurate time of deaths to be predicted. So once again, I think Kyoko was killed way before. And right away, a person wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head appeared. I didn't know who it was because their face was covered, but now I know that must have been Ibiki. She walked straight to the stepladder without any hesitation. She climbed that stepladder of her own free will, and then she grabbed that rope and... There's no blood on the stepladder in this. I wonder if that's important. That's all I saw. Candlelight being used must have been snuffed out or something, because the screen went dark all of a sudden and it wasn't displaying anything anymore.
Man.
Well, if the candlelight goes out, obviously nothing will show up. Modern surveillance cameras have infrared functions, so things can still show up even in the dark. The one I got from the machine alley was a really old model. Ah, hold on.
Well,
At the time, you said you didn't know the person wearing the hemp bag was Ibiki, right?
Yeah?
You didn't know it was her, but you saw her, she was trying to hang herself. So you rushed over to the music venue to try to stop her. But I didn't make it in time.
Hey.
Still, if she climbed the stepladder on her own, does that mean she committed suicide? Wouldn't that mean she's her own killer?
Ibiki committed suicide? What do you think, Chiaki?
There's no doubt Ibiki climbed the stepladder on her own, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt.
If so... Hey, don't think for so long. If you don't know, just be honest about it.
Well, of course she doesn't. There's no way we'd be able to figure that out so easily.
Oh, yeah, I need to investigate the conference room on the second floor. I'm heading over there. What the heck? She ran away all of a sudden.
She said the conference room, but why would she mention the conference room all of a sudden? Also, I might just be overthinking, but she seemed a little upset. Obviously! Oh yeah, let me just describe this whole thing where someone attempted to hang themselves. Why is she upset? Huh? Weird! Oh hey, Akane. What do you have to say?
now then.
Surprised my tea is still a little bit warm.
Phew, I'm finally getting back to my normal self. Hajime, help me out with my recovery. You can touch my boobs if you win.
Wow. No thanks. She was bearable when she was quiet. It'd be so much better if she was still feeling the after effects. She'd beat me up if I said that out loud. Anyway, why are you here?
Hey!
Well, I've never been sick or hurt before, so I had no idea, but... Wait, did Nekomari get that reward every time? Anyway.
Hospital gowns are pretty comfy. I was thinking I might as well keep wearing one.
Don't tell me you plan to wear hospital gowns from now on.
That's the idea, but it looks like they're out of stock.
It looked like there was one gown for each patient's room, so I thought there'd be more in the empty rooms. There weren't any gowns?
Yo!
Yep, that's right. So maybe it wasn't Ibiki who was climbing the stepladder. Because it might have been anyone who was just wearing a gown. Yep, that's right. Ibiki died wearing one, so the only one left is the one Nagito was wearing. If I have no choice, then I should just use Nagito's. It's a unisex size, so I'll probably be able to fit in it. Hold on, what happened to the gown you were wearing? Are you saying I should wear the one I already wore? That's gross! Wearing clothes someone else was wearing is even grosser. Oh, okay, wait, never mind. Hold on.
Like,
No, there's still one missing. Hold on. No time to dilly-dally. I totally left Mikon back in the music venue. Crap, I gotta go back soon. Well, it's okay since I already investigated the music venue, but leaving her on her guard duty was a bad idea. Leaving her on guard duty was a bad idea. So there is still one gown missing, which means the one in the video might have been not Ibiki's, which means Ibiki might have been killed earlier as well because of the time of death thing. And this is just funny to me. If we get her to do the thing again, come on, jump, you little X-ray machine. I think it's an MRI machine. I don't know, it might be complete X-ray, but I don't know these things. I don't work in a hospital. Here's the conference room where Chiaki supposedly is. Neon signs in a hospital. Why is it quiet? What's the deal with that? What's this? It's pitch black. I can't see anything. Where's the switch? Turn it on. Huh? Chiaki, are you there?
cause...
You turn on the light, it's gonna be fully exposed. It'll be embarrassing. Oh, what's fully exposed?
Hey,
Hey, Hajime. Oh man, what's this? You poke out your eyes, you can turn on the light. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna poke them out? Someone's gonna jump scare us? I'm not gonna poke out my eyes.
aww.
Oh, bummer. Troll fail. No sooner did she finish saying that, I heard the dry sound of curtains being drawn. My throbbing heart is fully exposed. Troll fail. There was a flash of intense light that stung my eyes a little. I squinted my eyes until they started adjusting to the light. And I saw Chiaki had finished opening the curtains that was covering the window.
Hey.
Were you surprised? Surprised? I didn't get it.
Well,
I got it. Got what?
see?
The curtains in this conference room are designed to completely block out light. There's a projector in here, so they were probably careful about light shining through.
See?
Okay. See, a black curtain that blocks light and is also long enough to reach the floor. It's perfect. Black light blocking curtain. That's why it was so dark. So is something wrong with it? I'm still in the middle of investigating, so it's a secret. Yep, she's upset. But still, what was all that about? A bit about it being embarrassing if I look and troll fail.
Nope.
I just wanted to mess with you. Yep, she's definitely upset. Why is she acting so childish? I guess I'm done investigating the hospital. I should move on to a different place. Really? Is that it?
Hello! How's everybody doing? It's me, Monokuma!
Puffed face Jackie.
Yay! Awesome!
Wow, Monokuma's excited.
The class trial's gonna start, you know.
What?
So, make sure you guys come to Monokuma Rock ASAP!
That's crazy. I'm also getting messages on my phone, but that's fine for now. I guess we're starting the class trial today as well. It's already time. So, this again. Need to go to that place again. Now's not the time to be a coward. The reason Ibiki and Hyoko became victims, in order to find the truth, the only thing I can do is go. Go Gadget. Lawyer. Oh wow, we got booted to the front. Knew it. Yeah, I guess we can just do the class trial now. I'm gonna adjust the title. There we go. Just updated the title. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna go to Monokuma Rock, and we're only 30 minutes into the stream. Hey Moon! How's it going? It's going. How about you? You know, just trying to not have a breakdown, just trying to not implode. It's going alright otherwise, I guess. Here's Monokuma Rock. Classic landmark. Do you ever visit Jabberwock Island? Gotta see Monokuma Rock. That's not everyone, is it? Is that really everyone? Is that everyone who's left? Oh wait, okay, so no Nekamaru. Nagito's not here. And... that's everyone. Wow! We've lost a lot of people by now.
What's going on? Anyone I got to beat up? It's just, you know, it's always uni stuff. Just, you know. Projects due and things. You haven't got to beat anyone up though. It's all good. How are you doing though? Everyone who heard the announcement had gathered in front of Monokuma Rock. Soon enough. Welcome! Monokuma gathered up. Gathered in Monokuma Rock. Why is my language failing me today? It's like my brain is running on power saving mode. Just give us the name. That's wow. Do you know any what's it called? Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? Is that what it is? I don't know.
Is everybody here? Do you guys want to go to the class trial?
The professors need me. Aw, you guys are sweet. I'll be fine.
Hey, jerk! Hold it right there!
Monami's such a dumb child.
I'm not even gonna pretend like I know how to say that. Oh man, you're ill again? Just take your time and make sure to take breaks. I'll try. I'll try my best. I did karate for about 12 years. I probably should get back into it. I say every single time I think about it. But man, it requires fitness. But I'm sorry to hear you're ill again. Hope you're also resting and get better soon.
What? Don't get in my way. You're just a dumb little sister who's short a few brain cells. My brain works just fine. Monokuma, what did you do with Nekomaru? I see, so you've come to avenge him. Avenge? That sounds like he died. Sounds like you say, oops. Anyway, since Nekomaru is unfortunately unavailable today, let's just say he's absent.
Bye-bye.
Now then, I gotta go first.
I won't let you.
Hold on, I won't let you escape.
Hey, hey!
I say in 50 minutes, that's a pretty good time, I'd say.
Hey, did you hear what he said?
Don't worry about it. There's no way Nekomaru is dead. He's just trying to piss us off.
Damn it!
Of course he's not dead. There's no way. Not in a million years. We're so many streams in, and I still don't know what voice to do for Akane. Friendly reminder that Nekomaru died. Always. Always with the reminders.
Well,
Oh wait, Nagito, you showed up out of nowhere. More importantly, it's best if we worry about ourselves for now. If something happens here, every one of us except Nekomaru will die.
Why are you so excited about that?
how about it?
Who knows? Maybe I'm just looking forward to seeing poetic justice prevail.
What do you yearn for?
What are you saying, fiend? Someone's gonna do the dirty work, yeah. For some reason I'll always forget every day. Unless I'm reminded. We'll find out soon enough.
See?
Then let's go.
I'm gonna do.
Alright, let's hurry up and get this over with. Yeah, you're right. I have a weird feeling that Akane is gonna make it to the end of the game and I still won't know what voice to do for her. That makes me a little bit worried.
Roar!
That's what I imagine it sounds like. It's just Monokuma trying to do a roar noise. Also, people have not been using the channel point rewards, so I wonder why. We stepped onto the escalator and ascended toward the gaping maw of Monokuma Rock. That's when I suddenly noticed it. I noticed our lined-up silhouettes keep getting smaller and smaller. But I can't turn back now. If I turn back, I won't be able to press forward. Is that what villagers from Animal Crossing sound like? Or am I thinking of Splatoon? 15k? Wow. Do I have to make a really expensive reward for you specifically? The elevator began its steep descent as usual. As usual. I'm trying to speak clearly, but nobody said a word. As we stood there trying to figure out what to say to each other, the elevator descended deeper and deeper. had descended as far as it could go, it finally stopped. That was not as far as it could go. There are at least 3 more cases after this, I think. The elevator doors opened slowly, almost tantalizingly not slow. It's so many slip-ups today, I don't know why. Light poured through from the other side, eroding the boundaries of the darkness. It's the new earphones, man. I'm gonna blame the earphones. They really aren't as comfortable as my usual ones, I will say. And I walked into that place. Oh, it's a dungeon this time.
My. It feels pretty toothless with all these empty seats. Well, 2 people got killed at the same time, and Nekomaru's not here either.
Hey,
Is Nekomaru really not participating? If he's alive, you should invite him.
no.
Why bother?
That's...
What?
Well now.
Now then, let's begin. It's the beginning of the long-awaited class trial. Please enjoy it to your heart's content.
And so the curtain to the 3rd class trial was about to open. Man, that one's not fun. Ibiki Miyoda, the ultimate musician. She was really loud, but she was the mood maker of our group. When I was with her, all of my pain and suffering just seemed to melt away. This is true. I agree. Hyoko. She danced. Hyoko Saionji, the ultimate traditional dancer. Just from looking at her adorable face, you'd never know she was actually selfish and foul-mouthed. Wow. I'm kinda glad she's gone. I mean, never mind. But she was trying to change herself. She was desperately trying to come to terms with Mahiru's death. That's true. She was trying. The person who killed those 2 is Amogus. I will never say it correctly. I refuse. It's too much of a joke at this point. I definitely can't believe it. Red, 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 red. But whether I believe it or not is irrelevant. Man, pointing is gone. Pointing! Unless I figure out the truth, I won't be able to escape from this hell. That's why I must find out, no matter the cost. For our sake. For our friend's sake. For Ibiki and Hyoko's sake. So, the curtain to the 3rd class trial was about to open. And? Sorry? Hold on. Can we just, So, the curtain to the 3rd class trial was about to open. And so, the curtain to the 3rd class trial was about to open. Get some new lines, Hajime. This life-threatening trial, billowing with hope and despair, has begun. Yes, I would like to save my progress. We have a lot of skill point slots. We have 47. Do we have anything new to add? Oh yeah, we got neural liberation. I could buy some more, I guess. That's it, though. I guess we're starting it now. Trial start.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial.
Oh boy.
During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it.
Oh man. Ibiki's portrait with the cross on it. Oh, they're drumsticks. Are they drumsticks? They look kind of like drumsticks. Am I just imagining that? I just want to see what Hyoko's looks like. Yeah, they definitely do look different to Hyoko's, right? I think they do. This Mayuru's looks kind of like normal. Just want to get one more spin around if we see Ibiki's again. Apparently, Pekko's is in a larger font than the others. Maybe it's a sword and a scabbard. Not exactly sure about that one. They have an empty seat for Nekomaru. Then it's Chiaki. Chiaki. I want to see if I'm imagining the drumstick thing. There's Monami. Look. Nagito. It's always Nagito. It does kind of look like the drumsticks, right? They're really thin. They're thinner than the normal ones. You know.
If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island. Oh well,
hope it's a good
who cares
lunch.
about this boring explanation? Let's get on with it already!
Yeah.
I don't mind starting the trial, but I don't really have a grasp of how the case played out.
Is that how you usually... Is that what you usually have, Nagito? You usually know exactly what happened before the class trial begins?
You know, because I was asleep the whole time.
Okay, fair enough.
Even if you do grasp it, you're just gonna confuse the heck out of us, aren't you?
I don't know, man.
Nagito's not alone. I don't really get it either.
Fair enough.
You're fine. Your head's empty anyway.
Jeez, Kazuichi.
Empty head? Huh. What's wrong with that? Listen up. The emptier your head, the more dreams you can stuff inside it, you know?
That doesn't really match the energy. The energy of the delivery not really matching up with your visuals.
Anyway, we shouldn't proceed.
That was
with the
also a
trial
bit of a
with those
weird
who can't
line.
Participate in the arguments. Since he's the first witness, why don't we ask Hajime
Okay.
to explain the incident and the sequence of events?
Are we starting with the closing argument?
Then,
Nah,
let's
okay.
start with when we split into the hospital team and motel team because of the despair disease.
That was a long time ago.
The hospital team consisted of Nagito, Ibuki, and Akane, who were infected, and Mikan, Fuyuhiko, and me.
Mm-hmm.
The other 5 on the motel team were myself, Gundam, Kazuichi, Chiaki, and Hyoko.
I think let's just go with Soda because
Spending the night at
as
the
the main
hospital
suspect,
with
I have no idea why.
So Hajime and I had to sleep at our cottages.
I woke up at my cottage on the day the incident happened.
Yes?
Mikan came by to wake me up and told me that Nagito had recovered from his symptoms. We immediately headed over to the hospital, and after we confirmed his recovery,
His recovery.
I
It's
made
more
Mikan
like he
rest
was
in the
able to
oncology
stand up.
since she hadn't slept all night, while I waited in the hospital lobby. And then, I saw the incoming signal light on the surveillance camera blinking before our scheduled time.
Yeah?
When I pressed the button to turn on the monitor, what appeared on screen was
Something very frightening.
a video of someone wearing
Trigger
a hospital
warning.
gown and a hemp bag on their head, climbing a stepladder.
Trigger warning again.
Amazing! That's such a heart-pounding story! And then what did you do, Hajime?
Ran to the
I
music
tried
video.
to stop them, of course. I rushed out of the hospital and ran to where the video was being recorded, the
Yeah?
music venue. But it was too late. By the time I arrived, the person wearing the hemp bag on their head was already hanging from the ceiling.
Where was it the same person? I'm still sad to see this frame
I
though.
thought I should tell the others right away, so I headed to the motel.
Yeah?
Why the motel?
Because it was close to the music venue, and unlike the hospital, there were more able-bodied people
That's a
there.
fair point.
At least, that's what I thought. But the only person who came with me was Chiaki.
Gundam was very worried.
But I remember feeling a little relieved because not long after, we met up with Mikan and Fuyuhiko.
Interesting that she remembers things by the way they made her feel, which is
We were
actually quite
also
accurate.
looking for Ibuki
for how
since she disappeared from our sight.
memory works in general.
After I rested for a bit, I started counting everyone at the hospital. And then I noticed Ibuki was gone. So I sprinted out of the hospital. Coincidentally, I ran into Fuyuhiko. So I pled with him in various
What do you
ways
mean?
to see if he could help me out.
What do you mean in various ways?
Various ways?
Yeah,
Don't say it like that and confuse people.
yeah.
After I heard from those two that Ibuki disappeared, I had a feeling she was the person wearing the hemp bag. I
Man,
immediately led them to the music venue.
But the door wouldn't open. Since we had no other option, the 4 of us broke down the door. And when that happened, we didn't just find Ibuki's body. We also found Hyoko's.
this is true.
And not just that. Her body was taped to a pillar.
And she was dead.
That's when we heard the body discovery announcement. Not once, but twice in a row.
It was rough, man.
And so we decided to lower the hanged body, didn't we?
Yes.
When we removed the hemp bag, just as we feared, it was Ibuki.
So that's how the case played out. Thank you.
Thank you!
I understood it very easily.
That's nice, Nagito. You're great. Can we hang you next?
Well, it's clear what the problem with this case is. When Hajime left the music venue, who... Wait, how do I know anything Hajime just said is true?
That's a good point. Huh?
Sorry, I'm only being impartial right now. And the story I just heard is clearly
Yeah,
suspicious.
I figured because we were the only witness to, like, any of that.
Hajime, if you're the only one who saw the hanging video, and the first one to discover Ibuki's body,
Yeah?
then you could be lying as much as you want right now, right?
Yeah.
Lie? Why would I lie?
Obviously. So you could make us ignore what might be an inconvenient truth for you.
An inconvenient truth, you mean like climate change?
Do you doubt me?
If you're not lying, I would like you to prove it.
Okay.
Come on, try to prove it to me. Prove you're not the killer.
I don't like you, Nagito.
Yeah, it's just as Kazuichi said. Nagito is the kind of guy who'll just confuse us and make matters worse.
Now, I mean, think from outside your perspective for a second, Hajime. This is the smart thing to do.
Damn it, I shouldn't have explained it to Nagito. I'm in trouble now thanks to that.
No. We're just building a sound foundation for our argument. It's fine. No things to worry about. Okay, hold on. There's a lot of stuff here. Okay, I'm gonna look at the surveillance, just the monitor video and the camera unit. So the surveillance camera unit. Oh wait, that was broken. Okay, that might come up. It just said it was smashed on the floor, right? Surveillance camera monitor video. The video that Hajime saw at the hospital shows a person dressed in a hospital gown wearing a handbag on their head as they willingly climb a step ladder toward a nurse. The motel room key probably won't come up. Let's see what else comes up. Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie,
Oh, we have to
the fact that Ibuki
cover
hung
things.
herself,
That would also be a lie.
Hajime's a liar?
I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime's the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Okay, I am the only witness.
Well, obviously, because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the
Oh no, I shot it accidentally.
is Hajime's fault.
No, but I only saw it afterwards, so there you go. I'm not the killer. There should be contradiction somewhere. I need to find that and break through. I accidentally lost 10 seconds because I shot something with my
Testimony is
silencer.
clearly suspicious.
if Hajime's
seconds.
testimony is a lie,
Oh no, I did it again!
then the fact that Ibuki hung herself,
I don't know if I should be
That
playing
would
around with the
also be a
silencer so
lie.
much.
I don't
fine,
think I
though.
can deny that possibility.
I think I found the problem.
Hajime's the only witness.
Why would
This is true.
Hajime lie?
I just want to double check that this says what I think it says. Which is invitation ticket prepared by Monica. One ticket was passed out per person and the date it was passed out is printed on the ticket. That's important.
Well, obviously, because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
This one is pretty easy,
The fact
so
that
it's
the
fine.
bodies were imitating the movie.
No! Damn it! I switched. I pressed the wrong button. What are you trying to say? I don't understand. I pressed the wrong button because I was trying to focus and then damn. That was stupid.
Hajime's
I
testimony
went back to the wrong thing.
suspicious.
That's the first time that's happened.
Hajime's testimony, then the fact that Ibuki
Let's just skip.
I don't think I can. After all,
That was
Well, obviously,
annoying.
because he
Did Hajime kill both of them?
Here we go.
the fact that the bodies were imitating the movie.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
My bad. And I realized as I was like pressing the shoot button,
I'm not the killer. I mean, there's no way I'd be able to imitate that.
they weren't clearly an imitation murder either.
Of course you're not. I already knew that.
Oh boy. That is still that's a fair term. It means when you're like pointing the finger at someone as a suspect in a case. But man, Autobot will always the Autobot roll out. You mean Autobot obviously, but I find that funny. It's Optimus Prime. Of course, I already knew that.
Huh?
Before the incident, Hajime had never watched that movie. His invitation.
All you saw was me accidentally shooting the wrong evidence because I pressed the wrong button.
Each person only received one ticket.
How's that 2.5D? I'm still
Stamp
mad about
shows the
that.
date and time. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Yes, no mistakes there.
Which means there's no way Hajime, who never
Autobot,
saw the
yeah.
movie, could commit murders.
Are you a
that imitate-
Decepticon?
Or did anyone tell him what happens in the movie? Of course no one did, right?
Yeah, no one did.
hold on a sec. You're the one who brought this up in the first place.
It's just building a sound foundation for our argument. It's
What
fine.
are you doing?
I just said what we're doing.
Since we're opening with your witness testimony, I thought we should solidify the
You
fact
even use the words foundation.
it also provides a good warm-up.
That's fair.
What warm-up? This isn't a game.
You never
you
even
know?
liked Transformers? Must be it. I see. There's so many different Transformers series to grow up with that even I ended up growing up with some of them.
Don't
And this is a game.
I just think warming up is really important. Especially since this isn't a game.
Yeah?
What a waste of time.
Sure.
Well, I knew it would turn out like this anyway.
What if it is a game?
Now then,
There was that weird intro at the beginning.
Hajime's testimony is reliable. Let us move on to the arguments.
How did you say reliable? Reliable?
So this means Ibuki
Don't know why I'm
definitely
nitpicking.
climbed the stepladder all by herself, right?
No.
Yeah, I'm positive.
Then that seals it. Ibuki committed suicide.
If Ibuki committed suicide, then who killed Hiyoko?
But why would Ibuki commit suicide?
Murder coincidentally occurring in the same place as a suicide ain't possible, huh?
Nah.
Like I said before, it's pretty clear what the problem with this case is. The killer murdered Hiyoko while Hajime was gone.
Yeah.
So all we gotta do is establish who could have possibly done that.
That's a good bit of thinking, but the problem is that Hiyoko might have died before I got there.
Let's ask Hajime. How long would you say you were away from the music venue?
I couldn't have been gone for more than 10 minutes.
So they killed Hiyoko and taped her up within 10 minutes? There's no way that's possible.
I agree.
That's why the killer stalled for time by making the music venue a closed room.
What do you mean, a closed room?
With the
The
drumsticks.
killer blocked the venue door from the inside to try and keep us from entering right away.
I like the logic that they're using at the moment, though.
However, that door is the only entrance to the music venue, right?
Yes.
If they blocked the door from the inside, the killer would not have been able to leave either.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Which means, when we broke down the venue door, the killer was still inside.
Which is interesting.
They were?
If that's the case, the only suspicious people are those who don't have an alibi for that time. And that's you two, Sonia and Kazuichi.
Me too?
Yeah.
What the hell? Why's it gotta be us?
Why are you two together, by the way?
The others all have alibis. Chiaki, Mikan, Hajime, and I all broke down the venue door together.
That's true.
Gundam met up with Hajime at the motel right before that.
This is also true.
And if Akane and Nagito were laid up in the hospital, the only person that leaves is one of you.
Hiko is actually pretty good at arguing.
There's another person who doesn't have an alibi. You know, Nekomaru.
Fair?
Hey, why are you talking like, huh? You're kidding, right? You're not up to something weird, are you?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Please stop making bad jokes.
Oh no! Oh no! But I can kind of see it happening.
Anyway, if the killer was hiding inside the venue, we should obviously doubt the people who don't have alibis.
That's fair.
What a wicked way of backing us into a wall. Is this his professional skill?
Close to. I mean, you have to do a lot of stuff as a Yakuza. The killer was inside the music venue. Hiko obviously thinks so, but is that really it? I don't see how they couldn't be at the moment. We'll figure out though. Semi-transparent glob. Oh, okay, so there's quite a few things that could come up here. Okay, let's see
The
what's
killer
happening.
was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
Okay, locking the door from the inside.
Seems they were trying to stall for time.
Stall for time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
Yeah, it didn't have a lock.
The
That's
lock was
fair.
on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
Yeah.
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together
Yeah.
and suddenly appeared.
So they look like they had just rushed over.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
I've seen this in serial crime dramas.
A person's remark contradicts the truth. I should be able to prove that with my evidence. Oh, okay, so it's a contradiction.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from
Locking the door from the inside. What's the semi-transparent liquid say? Glob. A strange glob that was stuck to where both music venue doors touch each other. I don't know what it is.
It seems they were
Surveillance,
trying to
monitor
stall for
video,
time.
stepladder, scrap of thick
How did
paper,
they lock the door?
motel room key, surveillance monitor
That door
video.
should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
This is all I have.
Talking about the broken drumstick?
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door.
What else?
By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside
The turbidity of the world.
waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
Based on that taste.
So they look like they had just rushed over.
That taste.
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
Sure know a lot. I'm trying to read some of the white noise. A person's remark contradicts the truth. I should be able to prove it with my evidence.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking
Maybe
the
it's
door from
me.
the inside,
Inside.
they tried to keep us from getting in.
Maybe it wasn't.
They were trying to stall for
Stall for time.
How did they lock the door?
Stall for time. What are my other things? I have this. Key. It certainly has a royal hand in this. Nah, I doubt it. The key to the motel room that Hyoko was staying in, it was buried deep inside a kimono. Scrap of thick paper, a thick scrap of paper that was stuck to the baton lighting. Stepladder. Stepladder was found on the music venue stage, tipped on its side. On its left side, a slight bloodstain can be seen. And this was there. Surveillance camera unit. It's been smashed to pieces and no longer works. This strange cloth that was stuck to where both music venue doors touch each other. Oh wait, maybe I need to use flashback.
That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
What if I get...
You
No, I
can
can't.
use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till
Oh wait,
we
it said
gathered
block the evidence. Never mind.
and suddenly appeared.
So they look like they had just rushed over.
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
I'm not exactly sure what the semi-transparent glob is. Person's remark contradicts the truth. I should be able to prove that with my evidence. Okay, so not using
The
flashback.
killer was still inside the music
I'm
venue.
gonna try using the glob on...
By
Vehicle
locking the
Stage.
door from the inside.
See? Yeah, there we go. Okay.
That's wrong.
Missed because of the white noise. Well, it's fine. I figured it was because of the white noise.
There's also a possibility that the door was locked from the
I
outside.
don't know what the glob really proves, but
From
sure.
the outside.
The game said go ahead.
There was a semi-transparent glob stuck to the venue door. Maybe that's what they used.
Semi-transparent glob. Like rubber, maybe?
What do people think rubber looks like? It wasn't rubber at all. That semi-transparent glob was probably gummy. Gum? Gummy. Glue. Rubber? Gummy. Gum. Glue?
I see.
That semi-transparent glob must have been glue.
Glue?
Yeah, I think so too. It had a firm, gel-like chewiness, and I could smell workshop chemicals the moment I put it in my mouth.
How does everyone know what glue tastes like and smells like and stuff?
Based on all that,
Just like, this seems like a very particular type of glue.
I didn't know glue was edible.
Probably isn't.
I believe it is not something one typically eats.
You're correct.
That glue was only applied to the areas where both doors touched. By pouring it in the gaps of the closed door, they must have sealed the venue door from the outside.
How does that work?
and thanks to that,
Forbidden
a lot of
gum.
glue was left where the door was stuck. Yep, it fits perfectly.
Yeah.
But if you just stick them together with glue, you'd be able to break down the door easily, you know?
This is a good point, and also, how did the drumstick even get there?
That doesn't really matter. The killer only did that to make us think the door was locked from the inside.
Oh, what? So, like,
What'd you say?
so what? The drumstick was just snapped in half and dropped on the floor?
First of all, didn't that drumstick we found seem really obvious? Almost unnatural.
I don't know.
It was so obvious that it makes more sense to think the killer...
No, it doesn't. What do you mean it was so obvious? It was by the door, where it would be.
Saying the drumstick was a trap the killer set on purpose?
Okay.
Then I totally fell for that fucking trap.
Hey, I would have as well.
Apologize to Miss Sonia and me.
I don't know what the glob was, so...
Slice open your stomach this time.
In a quarrel, both sides are to blame. That's why it's better to just have no sides at all.
the 0th dimension.
So, during the 10 minutes Hajime left the venue, the killer murdered Hiyoko and created a closed space?
I'm not so sure.
And they also taped her up
Yeah.
after killing her, right?
Even quick work has limits.
Yeah, I don't think that happened.
What unimaginable speed for a slowpoke like me.
Are you a
They
slowpoke?
couldn't have done it while Hajime was away from the venue. They must have done it earlier than that.
This is a good point. Earlier?
But when Hajime got to the venue, only Ibuki's body was there, right?
Yes.
And when you went back with everyone else, Hiyoko's body was there too, right?
Yes, and the camera thing was smashed in the first visit.
But it's possible that the body was just revealed at that time, when Hiyoko was actually killed.
This is possible. I agree.
Revealed?
Of course, the body wasn't revealed on its own. The killer did that too. Here, I have proof.
That scrap of paper. Is that what we found?
That tells me
with the
nothing.
baton lighting at the music venue?
That tells me absolutely nothing. Oh wait, maybe... Was she covered?
That's right, but
I don't know.
just what is this scrap anyway?
I have no idea. That scrap that was stuck on the baton lighting in the music menu. Now I should be able to know what it is. Oh, are we doing improved Hangman's Gambit? Oh man, I have no idea. No letters? Do I get any letters? I get no letters? I get no letters. I get absolutely no letters. That red piece of paper that was wallpaper? Hold on, does that fit? W-A-L-L-P-A, yeah, okay. These are all fine. What am I looking for? I'm looking for L's. Like that one. Always looking for L's. I need another one. Oh boy. Oh, I hate this so much. Oh boy. Oh boy, there's so many. Oh boy. Hey. There's so many! What am I looking for? Oh man. I'm looking for another P. Oh man. We hit each other. Hey. Where's the E? Oh man. Oh man. Another E to appear. There we go.
I got it!
I lost quite a bit of health on that, but hey, it's fine. At least I got it in a fast enough time.
Isn't it part of the wallpaper in the storage room?
I don't like that game.
New storage room. There should have been black wallpaper.
B minus,
the
it's
same color
fine.
as that scrap.
At least it wasn't an F.
There was also a tear along the edge of the wallpaper, wasn't there? If so,
You're right. If you overlay the scrap that was caught on the lighting with the tear in the wallpaper,
I don't know how we're going to test that, but sure.
see? It fits perfectly.
How are we doing that? How are we... This is black magic. We're not there right now.
I see. So the scrap that was caught on the baton lighting was originally part of the wallpaper.
Sure.
And what's wrong with that? Does it have something to do with Hiyoko's body disappearing?
Maybe it didn't disappear. Maybe it was just covered.
A mere nobody like me isn't important enough to answer that.
Maybe it was completely covered.
But if you guys were exceptional enough to identify that scrap of paper,
What do you mean? I got a B minus. The scrap of paper stuck to the baton lighting part was... That was stuck to the baton lining was part of that wallpaper I found in the storage room. Is it connected to the sudden appearance of Hiyoko's body? Yes. If I trace it back from there, the answer should become clear. Alright, let's give this a try. Are we doing logic dive now? Okay. I remember this. I accelerate with A. I need to remember the controls. Brake with B, jump with Y. Thank you. Oh, this is fun. I don't mind this. This isn't so bad. This is literally just an action mini game. Okay, question 1. It was brought there. It was. Why did Hyoko's body suddenly appear? It was hidden. I reckon it was hidden by the wallpaper. Is this right? Seems like it. Cool, we did it. I need to focus on this one, so I can't really read chat. Yeah, yeah. Oh, almost ran into that one. Doing alright so far. Yeah? It's question 2. What did the killer use to hide her body? The wallpaper. I think it's the wallpaper, not the curtain. Is the blue one always right? So far, it's always been the blue one. I think. I'm pretty sure. Next. I'm usually pretty bad at action games. I'm doing alright here. For some reason. Even though I'm kind of on the edge there. Okay, question 3. How did the killer hide her body with the wallpaper? They formed a wall that covered the pillar. It's always the blue one, apparently. This is your favorite minigame? It's the least offensive so far. I'm enjoying it. Nice.
It's all coming together.
Oh, that wasn't so bad. And it's always blue. Apparently it's always blue. I don't know when they're going to change that up.
Got it. Hyoko's body was hidden before we found it.
Yes.
It would have taken quite a long time to tape up a hidden body.
Yes, it would have.
No, the body was already taped up and the killer hid it, along with the pillar using the wallpaper.
Yes.
They hid the pillar?
Yes.
Yeah. By wrapping the wallpaper around the pillar, the killer was
There's an even better one?
a slightly
Okay.
larger pillar. So when I first discovered Ibuki's body, Hyoko's body was already there.
Ah, interesting.
However,
It is
since it was
thinner.
concealed within a slightly larger pillar, I didn't realize that at the time.
Yeah.
Well, that's understandable. I mean, it makes sense that you'd notice Ibuki's body right away.
Yeah.
So they used the baton lighting on the ceiling to hang the wallpaper?
The baton
They seem to have
lighting
planned this out a
formed
lot.
perfect circle around the pillar. So using it to hang the wallpaper totally
Understandable. Have a nice day. So using it to hang the wallpaper totally fits.
The reason the wallpaper was covered in so many stickers was to make it look like that.
Oh yeah.
That's how they hid
That is a good
Hyoko's
point.
body, and then peeled off the wallpaper as soon as I left the music venue.
But the killer made a mistake. They accidentally ripped off a piece of the wallpaper.
On the baton lighting.
And because of that, a scrap was left on the baton lighting.
Yeah.
Killer must have been in a hurry. Their plan took too long. Hajime could have walked in on them.
Yeah.
But going to the trouble of hiding the body and the pillar is very bold and risky.
Yeah, this is very planned out.
The crime itself would be much easier to pull off since they don't have much to do while Hajime's gone.
Yeah, just pull away
They
the
just have to
wallpaper.
peel off that wallpaper and stash it in the storage room. It's not that big of a deal.
I still wouldn't want to store it in the storage room in 10 minutes.
When was Hiyoko actually killed? Good point.
Good question.
And on that note, it's
Okay.
about time we shed some light on those imitation murders.
Okay.
You mentioned imitation murder more than once. But what is that?
Are you kidding me? You haven't seen my masterpiece? The Wizard of Monami 2.5D?
It's so bad though.
Don't put my likeness in your movies without my permission.
Yeah, there you go.
Pretty noisy for someone who eats mothballs.
You said, huh? Huh? The voice actor said mothballs, but the text says mossballs.
I don't eat mothballs. I just enjoy looking at them.
I'm so confused about what was meant now.
I knew it. There are so many similarities. It must have been intentional.
Ibuki's death by hanging matches the Scarecrow's death from the movie.
Like at a stretch. I want royalties, said Monami. Yes.
But Hiyoko getting taken
I want royalties!
matches the lion's death.
It's as if both crimes were replicated
That's such a stretch.
from the movie, although the mutilated Tin Man was omitted.
Was it?
But why did the killer go to all this trouble in the first place?
Based on what we know, The reason the killer chose these imitations isn't that difficult to figure out.
The reason the killer imitated the 2 victims in the movie, I should be able to explain that now. To mix up the killing order? That's true. To hide the weapon, to let their accomplice escape, because they like movies.
I see!
To mix up the killing order.
The reason the killer imitated 2 of the murders from the movie was so he'd mix up the killing order.
Yeah?
Then... Hiyoko was actually killed before Ibuki?
Yeah.
A valid line of reasoning.
Yes.
Yeah, it's valid. The condition
So
of
cold in
Ibuki's
here.
body suggests that as well.
What do you mean?
I'm just gonna close my windows because they're letting in a lot of cold air. So there's less air, but I mean, it's warmer. Ah yes, the ultimate movie fanatic. It's probably film theory.
If you're going to cry and beg like that, then I guess I'll hear about the condition of Ibuki's
The
body.
cold fort? Exactly. I'm very chilly.
I'm not even crying.
I'll let you sob as much as you want later. Just hurry up and tell me before I change my mind.
What a jerk!
Oh, I see. You want me to explain it to you, right? Because you don't understand what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Even bigger jerk? Impossible!
Look, Ibuki died because she hanged herself, right?
Did she?
That means when she was still alive, her feet were touching the floor.
What's wrong with that?
But it seems Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was killed. That would mean Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki.
How right. Your words are
having
so light as the sylph's feather.
Having a little trouble keeping track of Chiaki's logic, but I think she's going to bring up the fact that Ibuki had blood on her soles.
Your opponent is out of your league. It is too absurd to try to perplex me so inadequately.
If you say so.
Man, he's being annoying again.
First and foremost, you claim Ibuki's feet were touching the floor when Hiyoko was killed. How can a low-class creature with no
with no psychic abilities
Because she was doing something that's only possible if her feet were on the floor.
Which is?
It seems you suffer from a pathetic delusion.
We're watching the other characters argue and not doing much ourselves.
You're one to talk.
Anyway, if this continues, we're just gonna talk in circles. Sayaka could read minds, because she's a psychic. Just kidding. I think it's best if we clarify Ibuki's status when Hiyoko was killed. It's not that hard. Blood on the soles is probably what I'm gonna use. Candle, stepladder, motel room key, scrap of thick paper. Blood on soles sounds good. It says there were bloodstains on the soles of Ibuki's feet. Well, her shoes, slippers. When Hiyoko died,
Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
feet sound like she's a
I am
ghost.
telling you to present your evidence.
Now I want to corroborate
Did you see her
that.
walking?
If her feet were on the floor, was there any sign she stepped on something?
Yes, I want to corroborate that.
Were there even any
I just want to see if there's anything else. B?
Maybe
There's no
her feet
evidence?
were on
No,
the
I
floor.
missed. Feet.
She was like sitting or something.
Why? You
So
saved me.
instead, there'd be a mark on
Why?
her ass.
What? How do we get there?
Weak, I say.
Weak.
It doesn't even pierce my heart.
It doesn't even pierce my heart. Why? Feet. Jackie said Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was killed, but is that really true? Yes, I'm going to
When
corroborate
Hiyoko
it.
died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
I'm not contradicting that.
I am telling you to present your evidence.
Did you see her
Who are
walking?
you even fighting against?
If her feet were on the floor,
Yes.
was there any sign she stepped on something?
Yes. Consent. Consent.
Just as Sonia said, Ibuki stepped on something. That something was blood. There were faint bloodstains on the soles of her slippers.
Yes.
That is not Ibuki's blood, right? She suffered no external injuries.
Then
Yeah.
it's Hiyoko's blood.
It could have been the killer's blood as well. You're ignoring this.
Hyoko's only wound was a fatal slice on her neck. And she died almost instantly, right?
If Ibuki stepped on her blood,
It means Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was mortally wounded. Which means Ibuki was still alive at the exact moment Hiyoko was killed.
Don't underestimate the power of the evil!
Ooh, that was such sick art. But anyway, we're doing this bad one.
Is that it? A shepherd dressed in his Sunday's finest still reeks of lamb, Hajime Hinata.
Does that mean you have a rebuttal?
No one's injured? Nekomaru's not near. Bye. He could be injured. Does that mean you have a rebuttal?
Does that mean you have a rebuttal? That's a good line.
Is it?
Are you sure you're sure? If I show you how serious I am, this world might be destroyed, you know.
Nekomaru died? Maybe his ghost committed the murders.
You're so frightened.
And brought fake blood.
You can't even make a sound. It seems you've realized our difference in status. However,
we're best friends.
Conviction starts now. You better entertain me to the fullest.
You're entertaining me right now. You beautiful soul. Rebuttal showdown. Rope used for hanging, motel room key, scrap of thick stepladder, candle, smudge on the floor. I'm gonna stick with that.
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to Hiyoko?
That's not how this game works.
Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood on the floor.
Am I fighting that?
Can't step on blood that was never there.
Oh, wait.
Just about 1 minute did you see a nice nightmare.
That's a nice line. Okay, I saw the thing that I needed to hit. Despite his exaggerated protest, I feel like I've already seen an opening to counter. Is this a trap?
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged? Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood on the floor.
Allow me to cut through those words.
This thing doesn't really register my directions very well.
That's not it. The reason there was no blood on the floor is because the killer wiped it away afterward.
Don't say such foolish things. You don't have proof of that at all.
Don't I?
I do. If you look closely, there's a streak on the floor where blood was wiped away.
when the killer...
He's standing right next to us as well.
They probably cleaned the blood at the same time, but... Ibuki must have already stepped in it, and the killer probably didn't even realize it.
The reason they wiped off the blood on the floor was so we'd mix up the order of the murders, right?
Yeah.
Even if they're able to hide Hiyoko's body, it'd be bad if her blood was left out in the open.
Plus, Ibuki's body was left out in the open, and it wasn't bleeding from any open wounds at all.
That's a good point, Akane. This empty head.
Hiyoko's body was probably wrapped in duct tape to stop her bleeding.
Ah, yes.
Actually, the bleeding will stop once the heart stops beating. So I don't think they had to go that far.
Okay.
Aside from Mikon, none of us were aware of that fact. So the killer...
Is that clear, Mikon?
...knew it either.
Maybe.
Well, maybe she's pulling a double bluff.
Was running inside the music venue, so
Yeah, it was a
with
weird
Mikon's autopsy?
thing. It was a bit out of character. Maybe the hero's running inside the music venue so it would screw with Mikon's autopsy. That's exactly what it was.
Right! I didn't know the time of death because of the heater.
The time of death wasn't mentioned in the Monokuma file just to keep concrete evidence from us.
Yep. Since we have all this
We're
evidence,
really working together on this
no
one.
one else who wants to object, right? Then it's decided. Hyoko was killed before Ibuki.
Can't wait for the double twist when they were killed at the exact same time.
It appears that it is wiser to retreat for now.
Yes.
Fine then, but regardless of good or evil, there's no deceit in upholding one's convictions.
Yes. I agree.
Can't you just shut up and back off?
No?
Now then, let us resume our debate.
Yes.
Wait a sec. There's something I want to run by Monokuma.
Of course there is. He's always messing with Monokuma as well.
Again? Didn't something like this happen last time too?
Yep.
Hey, if the victim actually committed suicide, what are we supposed to do?
Huh? Suicide?
Same as always. You have to vote for who the killer is.
Oh yeah, that happened last game.
Think about it. A suicide means you've killed the most important existence of all, yourself. Unfortunately, that means there's no Blackened to punish, but I guess in a pinch, I can always punish Monami.
Or some AI that was just trying to help us escape.
Nagito? What do you mean? If the victim actually committed suicide?
Well, I mean, I understand Hyoko's death. But I'm wondering if Ibuki was really murdered. For example, it's possible Ibuki killed Hyoko, and then committed suicide due to a guilty conscience, right?
I guess that is possible.
That's totally impossible. Then she never would have killed her to begin with.
She was afflicted by the despair disease, remember? That means anything can happen.
Yeah, sounds like a plot device.
But if Ibuki's the killer, she wouldn't have been able to falsify the sequence of the murders, right?
That's true.
After Hajime saw the hanged body, the sudden appearance of Hiyoko's body soon after means the killer had to be alive at that time.
Then she was alive. When Hajime first discovered Ibuki, she was just pretending to be dead.
I doubt it.
If she waited until Hajime left, that's when she could have made her move and mess with the crime scene.
I don't want to believe this.
She hanged herself, remember? There's no fucking way she could have faked that.
I suppose there is. But it's not really clear how that would work.
And if she was going to fake her death, I think she wouldn't have chosen hanging. Her body would have been defenseless in that state. If anyone touched her, that alone would have ruined her plan.
That's also true.
I see. So that means...
Okay, so because the video cut off, I was going to be like, yeah, I guess you could like fake it and then just like gently hang yourself, but even like considering the normal setup with the stepladder and everything, it seems very hard to do that properly or fake it either way.
There's no doubt that someone killed those two. I'm glad. Now I'm free to search for the killer.
Wow, Nagito, you're so helpful.
What the heck?
There's still one more issue on my mind.
Yes?
If Ibuki didn't commit suicide, then just what was that video Hajime saw?
Huh?
According to that video you saw, Ibuki was by herself when she climbed the stepladder, right?
Don't know it was Ibuki though.
Then does that mean someone forced her to do it?
Forced? Perhaps they used hypnotism or something?
No, she was just really gullible.
I don't know anything about that.
Don't say it all proud.
Didn't sound very proud.
Putting that aside, it seems obvious that the killer did something. So, maybe we should figure out who was able to do whatever that was.
Okay.
So, an alibi.
Yes.
Then our plan is to destroy the weakest alibi.
Whose is that?
Since Hajime has seen the video, it is clear what time the crime took place.
It's right before the Monokuma announcement.
But just to be sure, that surveillance camera doesn't have a record function, right?
I don't think it does.
Cheap-ass surveillance camera, you know? There's no way it'd have some kind of sweet recording feature.
Then, the video Hajime saw was actually live?
Yeah.
What time did Hajime see that video?
It was right before 8.
Saw it at the hospital, right before Monokuma's morning announcement.
Right? Is it... When does the morning announcement go off? Is it 8 a.m. or 7
And I
a.m.?
saw the body at the music venue a little after Monokuma's announcement.
So Ibuki hanged herself right before Monokuma's announcement.
Here comes the time where we'll need to point out we slept with Mikon. I bet my left kidney.
And since we established that Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki, that means the time that the murders occurred was before and during the announcement.
Yeah.
Then, we just have to find the person who doesn't have an alibi during that time?
Maybe.
Now then, I shall issue my decree. Let Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi commence.
Why is Sonia getting so forceful? Makes me think she might be worried or nervous. Interesting. Mikon's account, surveillance monitor. Oh boy, a lot of people's. Mihiko's account. The invitation ticket.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
Henry?
And what about
I don't like that fact, but.
Right before
She
the
thinks she's a
morning
queen?
announcement. I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
Is that true?
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
No.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
I need to check Sonia's thing. Or Sonia's account. Oh no, wait, that was afterwards. That was way before. When did this happen? She didn't actually say when this happened. Fuyuhiko's account. After Fuyuhiko met Mikon in front of the hospital, they split up to search for Ibuki. They checked the movie theater and Electric Avenue, but they didn't find anyone. Apparently Fuyuhiko and Mikon were only separated for a short time. Mikan's account. Right up until the Monokuma announcement that morning, Mikan was with Hajime the whole time. Afterwards, she went to the hospital to check on everyone and realized that Ibuki had disappeared. When she rushed out of the hospital to search for Ibuki, she only met up with Fuyuhiko. Yeah, okay, that's fine. What else do we have? We have the invitation tickets. We have the whole film. What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease,
Why? It's not letting me shoot
has an
stuff.
alibi then. Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed!
What? It's hit the words. The murder supposedly happened before and during the morning announcement. The person who doesn't have an alibi for that time.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement,
I'm not sure about this one. I was
I was
false,
totally sleeping in my motel room.
Sleeping, huh?
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
Okay, that's fair.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
I just want to check. Oh, wrong one. What was Fuyuhiko's exact account? After Fuyuhiko met Mikan in front of the hospital, they split up to search for Ibuki. They checked the movie theater in Electric Avenue, but they didn't find anyone. Apparently Fuyuhiko and Mikan were only separated for a short time. Were you in your cottage?
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi then, Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed!
The murder supposedly happened before and during the morning announcement. The person who doesn't have an alibi for that time.
We can...
Why truth bots?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's
not an
not an alibi.
Yeah.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if
No, that's not what I shot at all. Nobody has
Operation
an alibi.
Destroy the Weakest Alibi has
Everybody has an
failed!
alibi. Everybody has an alibi. That one disappeared quite quickly. Truth bullets. Recon has an alibi. I guess Mikon has an alibi. Person doesn't have an alibi for that time.
We can
I
exclude
don't
the
know.
sick people like me and Akane.
I don't know what to shoot here. She did tell Hyoko to go to the music venue. I just don't know when that happened though. When did that happen? It doesn't specify in her account thing. Mikan's and Fuyuhiko's are very similar. I just want to double check the differences between them. So she was in the hospital with Hajime, then she ran into Fuyuhiko. After Fuyuhiko met Mikan in front of the hospital, they split up to search for Ibuki. They checked the movie theater in Electric Avenue, but they didn't find anyone. Apparently Fuyuhiko and Mikan were only separated for a short time. Hyoko was distraught because her kimono was disheveled and she was unable to tie it on her own. That's when Sonia apparently told her about the full-length mirror in the music venue storage room. This doesn't matter. I don't have Monokuma's account at the moment. Ticket. What is the... surveillance monitor video? Shows a person dressed in a hospital gown wearing a hemp bag on their head as they willingly climb a stepladder toward a noose. That doesn't clear anyone, does it? Does it?
And what about the others?
I'm really not sure.
Right before the morning announcement.
Could I get a hint? Just a little one? Just a little hint? I'm not sure if I need to use a flashback or anything here. Let me think. Nobody has one. Maybe just a small hint. Who doesn't have an alibi? Yeah, the rest were alone. They were. Those two have an alibi. Okay, so I'm going to shoot the nobody has an alibi with Fuyuhiko's alibi then.
Motel room.
I think everyone.
So everyone is. What about you guys?
Or Mikan's.
I was
doesn't
where
really
I was
matter.
supposed to be.
That's not an alibi.
Let's go with
Aside from
Mikan's.
those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then
Yeah, there we go.
No, that's wrong.
So yeah, I just had to say those two. So the thing at the end doesn't really help at all.
Not all of us are missing an alibi. In fact, Mikan and I both have alibis.
And also Fuyuhiko a little bit.
you two have alibis?
Up until I saw that hanging video, Mikan and I were actually together for a while.
Yeah.
We even woke up together.
Oh wow. Oh no.
Hey, what kind of situation is that?
I accidentally fell asleep on top of Hajime.
I feel like that makes it even worse.
Too much info.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like that. She just came to tell me Nagato's condition had improved.
And we went to the hospital together afterward. So we were
Okay.
together until right before the announcement.
I get it. You guys have alibis.
Yeah.
If that's the case, the killer must be someone else.
It's better if we think about it like that. The
I
killer
suppose.
decided to falsify the murder sequence to hide the actual time of the crime anyway.
Right?
So it's inevitable that an alibi for both before and during the morning announcement would be very important.
Yeah.
It feels like Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has backed us into a corner instead.
But committing an imitation murder, is that really all it was?
I have no idea. Huh?
Faking the time the crime occurred by falsifying the murder sequence, hiding their alibi in the process? Was that the only reason the killer made both bodies imitate the movie?
Maybe he was trying to send a
Are you
message.
saying there was another reason?
I feel really bad for confusing you guys so much, but that's how I feel.
Sure.
I think the killer had a completely different reason for falsifying the murder sequence.
The killer had a different reason. If that's the case, are we still in the killer's trap? Inside a trap set by one of us? If so, then whose and what kind of trap is it? Is this the... Oh, okay, well there's the intermission. That came at a good time. That came at a very good time.
Hiya!
Why, hello there, Manami. The moss balls sure look tasty today. Stop it! Don't characterize me as someone who lives off moss balls. And here's some chance time. What? What's that? Now then, Manami's appeal time starts now. Huh? Appeal time? Your kind-hearted big brother is gonna give you the chance to reclaim your honor. Good luck! Sure, these jerks who treat you like a red-headed stepchild who's boss. That's 99% your fault. While you were whining, your time's already running out, so please make your appeal simple. About 30,000 words or so. That's too long. It'll just be a boring appeal. Come on, if your appeal is successful, there might be merchandise opportunities heading your way. Then... I'm Usami, magical miracle girl. Big Usami. I'm an itty-bitty girl who's sweet like milk. Jeez, and I thought a certain robot's little sister was supposed to be the best.
What a disappointment.
I feel like you could buy a Monami plushie as well.
Who are you talking about? I have no clue whatsoever.
Okay, yes, I would like to save my progress. And then I'd like to go back to the main menu.
I'm Monami.
Yeah, we saved, and now we return to the main menu. And we'll resume this on Thursday. So until then, goodbye, and thank you for watching. Have a good day, and hopefully I'll see you then. I'm gonna say goodbye again. Goodbye again.